What's up, everybody? Shoot, let's try that again. What's up, everybody? This is your boy DC Black coming to you yet again with another video. It's been a while, as you can see. My surroundings have changed because I've moved. A lot has been going on. Apparently, lots been going on today. And I'm making this video because apparently it's looking like Spider-Man might be out the MCU. Though they're renegotiating, it's a good chance that Spider-Man might not be in the MCU no more. Now, I kind of have mixed feelings about this because I don't think Sony's going to do a good job with Spider-Man. Have yet to proven to do a good job with Spider-Man. With the exception of um, I don't know why I drew mind blank. What is the name of that thing? Oh, Into the Spider-Verse. Yes. Remember. Into the Spider-Verse. Now, that was kind of like their success, their big hit. Apparently, Far From Home is the best Sony movie they ever dropped. It's made them the most money of any other movie, period. And so Sony. So here's the thing, and I want to kind of give you the gist of what happened. But gist of what happened is this, and you can read the actual article on the Safe Point Facebook page. Take a look over there. You'll see the video. I mean the article. But Deadline reported said this is what happened. The current deal was this: Disney gets all the money for merchandise and Spider-Man showing up in the theme park. Sony basically gives the let Spider-Man play with the rest of the toys, the Marvel toys. But in exchange, Disney only gets 5% of the first 5% of that movie profits. After that, everything else belongs to Sony. Now, you can see how this could potentially be problematic for Sony. I mean, for Disney. Disney kind of looking at this saying, well, hey, you just made a movie that made $1 billion. The first you made more money than you've ever made. You can kind of, spread the wealth a little bit. Let us get in a little bit on that action. Sony, on the other hand, is like, bro, you got all that merchandise over there that you're not sharing. And you have 100% of that. So we're not sharing jack squat. And theme park too. Theme park rights, you have that too, unless you plan on sharing that. Disney's like, I don't think so. We're not giving any of that up. But what we will do is let's split everything 50-50. Everything down the middle. So it's more like Spider-Man is the child in the middle of a divorce slash child support settlement between mom and dad, mom Sony and dad Disney, because they're literally fighting over Spider-Man like a pair of parents going through a divorce. But so Dad Disney goes like this and says, hey, how about we split everything down the middle. All our costs and all our profits belong, we split it equally, 50-50. Sony looks at that deal and says, I don't think so. How about we keep the original deal and then we go our separate ways? Disney's like, but wait, you just made more money. You just made more money. So you should be able to, give a little more, right? Apparently, when Disney made the 50-50 deal, Sony was like, no, and walked away. Though it's kind of conflicting reports with that, where they're saying, no, that's not true. Sony made a counter offer, and Disney was like, no, we're not taking that. It's either our 50-50 or nothing at all. Which, to me, all of this sounds like Sony is being selfish. Disney's being very greedy because, quite frankly, your movie could suck, but them toys sell. I mean, Power Rangers have been like that for the longest. Their show has, for example, their franchise, Power Rangers franchise, to be honest with you, has not been that good. But everything Power Rangers toy wise sells. So you make toys. You can make a toy for 50 cents, sell it here in America for 20 some for $8 to $10, and you sell 100 of those, and you're so far in the red. It's ridiculous. Just selling one, you made your money back. Well, I won't say one because they're not just producing one toy; they're mass producing it. So if you sell like 100 toys or 1,000 toys, you've made your money back already. But Disney has been profiting off of the Spider-Man toys since he got introduced into the MCU, and Sony has not seen that money at all. But when I look at this, and Sony kind of being a little greedy too. Well, Sony's kind of being a little selfish because they did. To be honest with you, Sony think they slick, but they did them real dirty. And I knew the writing was on the wall the moment. Because crazy thing is, if you pay attention, yesterday they bought Insomniac Development, which is the developer that made the Spider-Man game that was nominated for Game of the Year because it was just that good. I played it myself, and it's a phenomenal game. And it's no coincidence they bought that developer because they about to bring out a line of Spider-Man games. And they're in the Spider-Man business for the long haul. I guess is from my understanding they have like control of that character lock, stock, and barrel. When it comes down to what they do with the character, even with the comic books, which I think is kind of crazy. But Spider-Man, like, they're in the Spider-Man business for a long haul. Venom almost made $1 billion. The Morbius movie being made. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is about to be a whole franchise. Lord and Miller are developing cartoons for it, along with the Into the Spider-Verse sequel and a Spider-Gwen movie. So Spider-Man is gonna be here for a while. And the crazy thing is, they played Marvel like a fiddle because they were in a very weak place when the whole situation happened with Andrew Garfield. But my point is that Sony, when they waited until they got the most money they could out of Spider-Man, and the moment he crossed that $1 billion mark, they snatched Spider-Man so fast. It's crazy. Sony, I gotta hand it to them. Sony did them real dirty, and they are proud of it. And my thing is, which kind of leads me to this video. I really think this is like a sign of the times for the MCU because, like, if you think about it, Marvel kind of peaked early. Their first 10 years, like, the Infinity Saga will be something that will never be repeated again. You will never repeat that kind of success. But for what they want to do, I guess you can kind of say they're kind of leading into Secret Wars. I feel like this is kind of like the beginning of the end for Marvel. They lost Iron Man. Iron Man's done. They're talking about bringing Riri Williams, but they can't even write her good in a comic book, let alone do a good movie for her. Matter of fact, glad we're talking about this because we can bring up the Phase 4. Phase 4 is looking real dirty, like real shady, rather. You got Loki first. Then you got Captain America. Not Captain America. The Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Then you got Eternals, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Loki. You got the What If, Disney Plus show, Hawkeye, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, WandaVision, and Thor: Love and Thunder. All of these things kind of point out to me that Phase 4 is like probably going to, to me in my opinion, Phase 3 was probably I mean, not phase 3, but phase 2 was the weakest phase of the Infinity Saga. But phase 4 is looking to be just as weak, if not worse, because there's not a lot of hits there. You have an unknown factor in the Eternals, and the Eternals has never really been that big. You got you don't have anything that screams a hitter. When you look at the MCU as a whole, Cap and Iron Man are gone. You got Captain Steve Rogers got replaced by the Falcon. No one really cares about the Falcon. No one cared about him when he became Captain America, and no one's going to care about him in the MCU when he becomes Captain America. He will just be another blip on the movie screen. Captain Marvel is what is really replacing Captain America, and she's not a really good replacement. So you really don't have. You got two of your cornerstones that's gone, and now you're replacing it with something that, if you be honest, it don't really go well. Like you take Spider-Man out the MCU. Like, the MCU, in my opinion, I feel like unless you rush Spider-Man, I mean not Spider-Man, but rush X-Men and the Fantastic Four, the MCU dies on arrival in phase 5. Like, it dies, because there's nothing you can really do that will bring the excitement of the MCU. I'm sorry, I thought I got sidetracked. Thought I saw like a gnat or something, but there's nothing that kind of bring in phase 5 that's gonna come out that's gonna be exciting, really. I mean, Captain Marvel 2, I mean, people gonna be excited about Black Panther. Blade is probably gonna be phase 5, if he's really gonna be phase 5. He might even be phase 6. Let's see, if they do another Captain America movie with Falcon, okay. Ant-Man and the Wasp, maybe that gets a part 3, if it does. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, maybe. But there's a lot of things that there's a lot of stuff that really don't excite you, really. Like, and you can tell, like, they made Spider-Man to be the replacement for Tony Stark as the cornerstone of the MCU. And if he dies, like, legit, you don't have, you take Spider-Man out of there, you don't have your cornerstone. Like, you really, I mean, you can build it on Black Panther, but honestly, come on now. Can you really see a whole universe shaping around Black Panther? No, you can't. And I like Black Panther. I love Black Panther. I really do. But I don't see him being a character that I'm gonna put my whole universe around. I don't see it. Yeah, like, and I want to make a video that's kind of been more in depth of phase 4, because I wanted to do one, but like I said, I moved, so I kind of really couldn't do a lot. And I want to stream some more Sekiro, but yet again, life stuff kind of popped up. But yeah, it's MCU looking real dark right now. They talking about doing the Dark Avengers. Sound like them Dark Avengers done struck already, and that Dark Avenger name is Sony. And then D23 is this weekend too. Like, yeah, Sony better, Marvel better get their stuff together, cause Galaxy's Edge already ain't selling. I would hate for Avengers Land to open up in Cali, and Avengers Land is trash too, and no one goes, because it's like, oh dang, majority of the park is supposed to be Spider-Man, and he ain't here, and you can't use him. Oh yeah, like, I'm not going to that. Like, it's done. So tell me what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do you think this is a sign of the end times? A sign of the end times for Marvel? Do you think that this is that Sony, that is gonna come back? This Sony Spider-Man's gonna come home, and they're gonna kind of reach an agreement, which I think they have the potential to do so, but I kind of also would not be surprised if Sony's like, no, we're never playing ball. We're not playing ball unless you do it on our terms. I can see them being a jerk and doing a pull and a jerk move like that. But tell me what you guys think down below on the comment section. If you like the video, please share it. Yeah, and with that, I'll see you when I see you.